Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Zennie62 live vlogs. This is GoCSU. Welcome to the stream tonight. Tonight it's a little different. It is a little different. Vince McMahon, WWE, President and CEO of the World Wrestling Entertainment something or other. He is resurrecting the football, the 2001 XFL, and it will be starting here in 2020. But I want, as we start getting more people in, I'm gonna talk about it. But yeah, it's something different tonight. I know Zenny's still kind of traveling. Well, I know he was on a flight 4 hours ago to go to the Bay Area. So, welcome to the 6 who are watching right now. Welcome. Tonight we're talking about Vince McMahon, the WWE CEO, is resurrecting what is known as the XFL that was originally started in 2001, and it will start again in 2020. Now, the XFL is basically the same as the National Football League, but there's hey Rick Rice, how you doing? Welcome to the stream tonight. Welcome. I know Zenny is still traveling, I guess. That's what my guess is, but we're talking about the XFL, and I don't know if y'all had heard about it. Stay in Oakland says if you have not watched the press conferences, it is worth the 25 minutes of your life. I will check those out. But the XFL is the football league, but it is kind of the same thing as the NFL. For any of you guys who saw the XFL in 2001, and the times that are going on, I think the fans, it will be pretty cool. I know it had happened before, and I did watch some clips of the XFL, and it looked pretty cool. And so it did fizzle out. In 1 year's time, it did fizzle out. But this XFL, the league would be in the NFL off-season. During the NFL off-season from about mid-February, it will be 8 teams, 10 games, and so Rick Rice said maybe if they have an XFL team in Las Vegas, Raiders might be more reluctant to move there. This could be a good thing. It could be. It might help out the Raiders a lot. I know the XFL did have a team in Vegas before. It was called the Las Vegas Outlaws, and I know it was pretty cool. I did watch a game, and it was very interesting. I had never heard of the XFL before, and this, I want to, for those who are watching right now, Zenny is still traveling. If you saw this video 4 hours ago, he is still, I think, traveling. So that's why I started my stream early. So, that's why I'm on early. Thank you to, before I get too much farther, thank you to all the birthday wishes on Zenny's live stream last week. Thank you. Rick Rice, he's actually traveling to the Bay Area. So he's traveling to the Bay. I know he apparently left 4 hours ago, or he was getting on a plane 4 hours ago. I don't know if he's still on the plane or what's going on, or if he's getting to his apartment. I don't know. But, but yeah, I want to read to you what Vince McMahon said. Could the XFL be a good thing? Could it be a good thing? That's what I'd like to know. Could it be a good thing? And Dean Will said, I wonder if Bay Area would get a team. I think so. If Las Vegas doesn't get a team, I think Oakland would. I think Oakland could get a team. It wouldn't be the same, but I doubt the Raiders are going to move. I doubt it. So don't count me on that the Raiders are moving. Don't count me on that. But this is a good thing, I think, because maybe it would keep either the Raiders from moving, or might get a team in Oakland. Who knows? But it will kick off in 2020. It will be. Vince McMahon said he wants to give the game of football back to us, the fans. We had all this NFL or the protests and all of that, and there will be no political views getting into football. It will be strict. There will be no kneeling or during the national anthem. There would be, but the XFL looks amazing. I mean, it's different, yes, than the NFL, but it gives us more football, I think. We watched the NFL during from August until the first week in February, and then we can turn around and here starts the XFL. It would be a great thing. I look forward to it. I know McMahon would be looking forward to it. It's 8 teams. It's gonna have a 40 man roster instead of 52. One thing that it's not gonna do from the last XFL in 2001, it is not going to. There's no WWE mix into the league. There will be no talent into the league. So you won't see, I don't know, Steve Austin, I don't know. You will not see WWE wrestlers in football. And this is gonna be awesome. We'll see where it goes, but Vince McMahon said it's going to be more fast-paced. I think he said he's looking at his goal is to not have a halftime, which might be good for us. We might enjoy it more. It's to have a 2-hour game, 2-hour game for us, of course, 60 minutes for them. It's gonna get broadcasted. He's gonna try and get it broadcasted you'll be able to watch on your phone and your mobile devices. It is going to be very interesting to see what happens. Again, those 7 who are just coming in, Vince McMahon, the CEO of the WWE, has just announced today at 3 p.m. Eastern, 1 o'clock Mountain Standard, that he is reviving the XFL. The 2001 XFL 2.0 will be starting in 2020. but apparently had been swirling for several weeks now. It looks awesome. I watched it, and I watched a game, and it looks really interesting because I had never seen it before. Looks interesting. The company, Vince McMahon said he wants to get football back to the fans, I guess. Less flags. There is gonna be, I don't think no ownership, just like the original XFL. I don't think so. But, if you do research on the XFL, I don't know, I want to know in the comments how many of you heard of the XFL or watched a game. Hold on, bear with me here. Bear with me. Hey ML, how are you doing? Talking about the XFL. I want to know from all y'all in the chat. What do y'all think about the XFL? What do you think? Could the XFL be a good thing for football fans? And have you heard of the XFL? It's basically a football league that was established by Vince McMahon in 2001. Do you think that it's gonna be great for America, for the U.S.? What do you think? Hey y'all. So what do y'all think? I mean, those who are watching right now, Zennie is traveling to the Bay Area. I don't know if he's in the Bay Area, but I started my stream early tonight. So, but I figured this is a topic that we need to talk about because it was announced today and it could compete with the NFL. Fans are frustrated with the way that the NFL has gone lately. I have been frustrated with it a little bit lately. And, this is going to be great, I think. This is going to be really great. And, this is awesome. I'm excited for it. So, I don't know. What do y'all think? Sitan said, I'm pretty sure Trump was involved in XFL 2001. I don't know. See, that's one thing I could probably look up. Trump might have, but I doubt it. But, I was looking at, the XFL 2001. Could it be fake? Or was it fake? And what I saw, no, it was not. It was not scripted. It's interesting. Stay in Oakland said a new league is long overdue. From the press conference today, Vince admitted many mistakes by stating the things that will not occur in the next version of the XFL. And then also he says Trump was not involved. Okay, thank you. The XFL is going to be great. I'm excited for it. It's long overdue. The NFL is still a great league, but it will give us something to watch during the off season. We can watch from August until probably March or April, it would give us a lot of football. We'll get a lot of football. I'm excited for it. I cannot wait. It is not, the XFL, like the NFL, is not fake. It's not scripted. Dean Wills says, I like an XFL being back because I think NFL needs competition. I agree. The NFL does need competition. And like I said, it gives us something to watch from August up until, the 10 weeks plus 2 playoff games plus the championship. So that's 11, 12 weeks. That's awesome. That is really cool. That would give us something to really watch. The XFL is great. I think it's a great idea. I had never heard of it before until Vince McMahon said it today. And I love the NFL. I will not stop watching the NFL. I will, if the XFL does succeed, does do really great, I will start watching them too. Vince McMahon said that he had a joint venture, or the XFL, the media of NBC was covering the game, and was covering the games, and I think that's cool. But I think that Vince McMahon needs to venture out more. I think he could get maybe Fox, maybe CBS, hey, maybe ABC, ESPN. That would be awesome. But, what are your thoughts of the XFL? Do you think it will do well? Did you even watch it when it was going in 2001? Did you even ever watch it? That's a fair statement. Did you ever watch the XFL? That would be my first question to y'all. John Mark said XFL needs to play in Oakland. Good point, and welcome John Marks to the stream. Welcome. The XFL it would be great. But the first question is, how many of you, John Marks said he did, okay, how many of you all watched it? Like John Marks. See, I was 1 year old when that happened. Good question, Rick Rice. Good question. Rick Rice said, how old is He Hate Me? For those who don't know who He Hate Me is, he was a player on the Las Vegas. Oh, what was it? On the Las Vegas Outlaws? Right, yeah, Las Vegas Outlaws. And, the XFL it was in San Francisco, and, He Hate Me. Rod Smart. Rod Smart is his name. He's known. Let's see. He was an undrafted free agent. He is age 41 now. He was age 41. John Marks said, I remember the XFL. Stay in Oakland says Outlaws. John Marks said, XFL needs to play in Vegas. Right. Okay, if the Raiders did stay in Oakland, I think Vince McMahon would go back to Vegas, I think, if they don't get the National Football League. Because I know National Football League's trying to expand itself. It's going to be a great competition between who will get better fans. Um, uh, uh, NFL is trying to expand, but the NFL needs to have its team stay put. Except for maybe the Jaguars. Just saying. I could see the Jaguars going to London. I could see that. I don't know though. John Mark said no in Vegas, stay in Oakland. Right, that's what I mean. Stay in Oakland. But I don't think the Raiders should leave. I think Las Vegas does need a football team. I do agree on that. But they are great. The NFL is great. It's gonna take a little bit for the XFL to get really, I think, noticed. If they do, go for several years, it's gonna take them a while to expand and get noticed. Rick Rice, that's not something to say here, because I still like the NFL. Okay, I still like it. Don't block Rick Rice, guys. I'm hiding the comment. The NFL does not need to die. Okay? I have to disagree. The NFL does need competition, but it does not need to die. Rick Rice said stay in Oakland. And Aaron says Las Vegas, perfect place for XFL, not NFL. I agree 100%, Aaron. I agree. The Barber says Las Vegas should have their own team, just not the Oakland Raiders. Right, and that's what I'm saying. The XFL is, very much like the NFL, but it does have its differences. I think Cleveland needs an XFL team. I think the Browns need to move. I really do. The XFL, I think, needs a team in Cleveland. Yes. I don't think LA needs one, because they already have too many teams there in LA. San Diego, see, John Marks has a good idea. He's mentioning a lot what I'm saying. He's saying San Diego, St. Louis, Las Vegas, and San Antonio. Right, because they have football stadiums already. Well, St. Louis doesn't anymore. They got rid of theirs. San Diego has their football stadium. So does San Antonio with the Alamo Dome. They're in San Antonio. Cleveland, I think the Browns need to move and go somewhere else, and they could have that stadium where the Browns played. That team could play at the Browns Stadium. I really think that would be awesome. The Barber says Portland, and I apologize, y'all. Hi, everyone. How y'all doing? Melvin Lovejoy says St. Louis Dome is still there. Okay, I appreciate that. So, St. Louis Dome is still there. They could play in that. Aaron Blaylock says Honolulu. True, too. But Vince said that they are only starting off with 8. They are, I think, going to expand in the future. They're starting out with what happened with the AFL. Do you remember, for those who were born in the 40s, do you remember the AFL starting in 1960? Those who were born in the 40s or 50s. Sort of. But, the AFL started out with 8 teams. the Broncos, the Oakland Raiders, the Chargers, the Patriots, the Jets, Jets, the Bills, but XFL, they're starting out just like the NFL did. And so I think the XFL has had some time. Vince McMahon has 2 years instead of 1 year to get everything together and everybody prepared to play. It's going to be really interesting. John Mark says, nope, guys, Las Vegas needs Mark Davis to take an expansion club. Leave the Raiders in Oakland. San Diego needs an expansion with San Antonio. Great point. Okay, I'm glad you brought that up. Because Mark Davis, I think he does need to sell the Raiders. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's probably a great guy, don't get me wrong, but he does. I think he does need to leave the Raiders. He could probably be one of the owners if Vince McMahon does decide if he wants owners in the XFL. John Mark said AFL was before his my time. Okay. If Vince McMahon does want owners, I think that Mark Davis would be a great guy to do it. To own a team. Denver, I think, yes, they already have the NFL, but I think they could get the XFL. Rick Rice said, hope they call them the Las Vegas Frauds. That's funny. I like that. That's funny. Dean Willie says, do you know when they will announce what cities will get XFL teams? I do not. Well, I can look here. They're not going to be doing it now. I think it's going to happen. It's not going to be now. I think it's going to be, my opinion, it would be next year. Probably. Yeah, it would be next year before they announce teams. Or it might be even later this year. So Dean, what I would tell you is either later this year or early next year. That's what I would tell you. Maleo said resurrect the Oilers. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Aaron's Blaylock says they said they are far from naming teams. Right. But they actually need to, just name cities that are going to get franchises, and then they'll pick names, and they'll get the players, I think next year. I think they do need to, and either this year or early next year, get the cities, then name the team or get the teams ready to play in 2020. John Mark says the condition of the deal is Mark Davis has to offer sale of the Raiders to Oakland at a discount price. I can put together an ownership group. Mark Davis is a great guy. I think if Vince does do ownerships and allows it, because I know that's something that the XFL in 2001 did not have, was owners. It was owned, all 8 teams were owned by Vince McMahon. So, that's, yeah. Mark Davis, I think, would be a great owner for a team in the XFL. I think so. But back to cities, from all of you. I didn't get from, who was it? I did get from some people talking about cities. What cities would you think would should get an XFL team? What cities? I heard San Diego. I heard St. Louis, San Antonio, and then I also said Cleveland. Cleveland needs a new team, that's for sure. Their team's terrible. John Mark says NFL has to accept. No, I don't think the NFL has to accept. I think it just has to. They have to look at what the fans want. And that's what Vince McMahon's doing. Vince wants to listen to the fans. The fans of the NFL and medical staff and coaches and players. He's going to listen to the players over the next year, I think, and see what he wants for the NFL, or what he wants, or for the XFL, excuse me. So, that's, yeah. The NFL, I don't think, has to accept. They just have to sit back and look at. They have to listen to the fans, and they are not doing that. Vince McMahon's willing to listen to the fans. So, yeah, the NFL has to listen to fans. They don't have to accept it, but, they have to look at, the fans wanting. That's all it comes down to, is fans. Aaron Blaylock says cities that were jilted by NFL will be first on their list. That's very true. Like you do have San Antonio. They got jilted what? When the Oilers moved. No. Who played in the Alamo Dome? Aaron said McMahon is doing what Trump did, which is to appeal to the fans' frustrations. Both great salesmen. Right. That's what McMahon's trying to do. He's trying to, he wants to, I think he wants to help the fans' frustrations. He wants to help relieve. He wants to make football fun again. And that's, I think what we need. That's what we need. We need somebody who will listen to the fans. Really. Because if the NFL or XFL doesn't listen to the fans, it's not going to be very much fun. Really. But like I said before, I'll still watch the NFL. That's still the predominant league. But if the XFL does go where I might think it's gonna go, then I'll accept it, and I think that I'll watch both. I know NFL is trying to expand. XFL is trying to get going again. I think both leagues can be successful. We'll just see what happens, but it looks really great because, there's teams, there's cities out there that, doesn't have an NFL team that I think should, but because it's not the NFL, it would be great for the XFL, and then I saw Portland in there. I mean, you got a lot of teams. Here's the question. Do you think that LA should get an XFL team? Do you think should get a team? Yes or no? Should LA get an XFL team? And welcome to those 8 who are watching right now. Welcome. The I say no. LA shouldn't get an XFL team. They already have 2 NFL teams. Now, if NFL does start to fizzle out and, teams start kind of leaving, I think that the XFL might take over the NFL. That's what I think. If the NFL starts to fizzle out, I think once the XFL starts to get game, I think that teams that are currently in the NFL, I think might leave and go to the XFL. Maybe. That's what I think. Aaron Blaylock says San Diego, same area. There are tons of cities out there, but I do agree that they need to. Dean says, I don't think LA should get an XFL. That's what I'm saying. They already have too many teams there in LA. They've got too many. I mean, college. You got college. Hockey. Basketball. Baseball. NFL. There's so many teams in that city. I'm like, okay, let's look. Let's look at how many teams LA has. LA teams. Okay. Let's look. Let's look at the teams that are there. Okay, the LA Dodgers, the Lakers, the Clippers, the Kings, which is ice hockey, the Derby Dogs, which is roller derby, Rams, Chargers, Galaxy, Los Angeles Football Club, Carson Bobcats, UCLA Sports, USC Sports, Los Angeles Marathon, Angeles Angels, Anaheim Ducks, minor league baseball teams. There's so many teams. Rick Rice said Lingiri League is better. LA's got so many teams that I don't think it should get another team. I don't think so. Macho Man says, I'm excited about it because this means we get another video football game. Besides Madden 2K Sports might be coming back. Okay. That would be interesting. That would be really interesting. There's great opportunities. LA's got too many teams. Really? And then you got racing, race car racing, horse tracks. Yeah. There's a lot. And then you got this new football stadium. And so there's so many teams out there, and there's LA shouldn't, but if you disagree with me, tell me. If you disagree, you can, there's nothing wrong with disagreeing with me. I think LA shouldn't. You might think that LA should. Vote green, no, you are not blocked. Welcome to the stream, everyone. This is something interesting. Keep looking at, just keep watching it. I'll keep watching it. Macho Man says if the XFL somehow or another is able to guarantee contract, it's going to do very well. I agree. I definitely agree on that. If they can get enough momentum, I think they'll do great. They will do great. Now, this is from MSN, and I wanted to read this because it gives you a context of what Vince McMahon wants to do. Okay, so the new XFL will kick off in 2020, and quite frankly, now this is Vince McMahon talking, and this is from MSN Sports. Yeah, this is him talking. We're going to give the game of football back to fans. It's still football, but it's football reimagined. The league would begin with 8 teams, each with apparently MSN says 40-man roster. There would be no crossover of WWE talent into the league, and that he would not be the front man of the new league as he was the original. So he won't be the front man. I don't know if that's a good idea. If not to be the front, I don't know. Vote Green says, I think the XFL has the potential to tap into a lot of talent that doesn't get drafted from college. Plus, I'm guessing fan favorites that are still young enough to ball. Okay. Right. The XFL, they're going to have to compete with the NFL for draft. Really? Yeah. So, it's going to be hard. It's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough. But I think it's going to be good. It's going to be great. The XFL games would be at a faster pace, and Vince's goal is to get them to 2 hours. One thing that strikes me as interesting with the new league is, well, 2 things actually, is there will be all standing, no sitting. Everybody will stand for the national anthem, and then nobody will sit for the national anthem, and also nobody within a criminal record can play in the XFL, which might hurt the XFL a little bit. That's gonna hurt. The barber says, if the Oakland Raiders really leave, bring back the Oakland Invaders. You bring up an interesting point. Let's say the Raiders do move. I'm not saying they will. I don't think they will. If the Raiders do move, then I think Oakland and San Diego and St. Louis will be the first ones to get XFL teams. Plus San Antonio. They will be the first ones to get teams with the XFL, I think. Macho Man says where the XFL gets a leg up is they'll be able to draft college players before the NFL. And if their contracts are guaranteed guaranteed they'll win out. That's true. Macho Man always also said, not to mention where I read Vince is consulted with former NFL Commissioner Paul Tagliabue. Interesting. Macho Man said the XFL draft isn't until April. The XFL season starts in January. Actually, Macho, it will start in February, not January. You know, the XFL and NFL are going to be really competing, really, to get something going. So, you know, they'll do great. I think it's going to be interesting to what happens, but, you know, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting. You know, you got 2 leagues getting football players from all colleges. It's going to be interesting. It really is. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. It is 45 minutes. You know, I'm glad I was able to talk about the XFL because that's an interesting topic. That's what, you know, I need to talk about tonight because I know it might be on your minds a little bit. So, hey, it is 40, I've been going 46 minutes now. It is 10. I'm gonna stop. Macho Man says, I know St. Louis is going to get a team because they sued the NFL because the Rams left and they weren't supposed to leave because they were still under contract. That's true too. So, I'm glad I was able to talk to y'all and y'all were able to express your opinion about the XFL. Leave down a comment. Let me know what the XFL will, what you think the XFL will, how it will do. You know, I'd like to know. So I will talk to y'all later and have fun. I might do one tomorrow night. I know I've been off this week. Tuesday and Wednesday I was off because I was celebrating my birthday both days. So I was off and didn't do a live stream. So I might be doing one tomorrow and Saturday, and then we'll get back on schedule Monday. So just to let you know my schedule. I will talk to y'all later. Have fun. Go Raiders. And let's see where the XFL goes. You guys keep a close eye on it, and I will keep a close eye on it. Rick Rice said, you the man. No, you the man, Rick Rice. You the man. I will talk to y'all later, guys. I'll see you maybe tomorrow night. I will see y'all later. Have fun.